Welcome to Lesson 1 of the Bubble.us Brainstorming Training Program. My name is Jen Selix, and I'm a corporate trainer and master's degree student at Full Sail University. During this video, I would like to introduce you to the Bubble.us online brainstorming tool. I'll show you how to create a free account and get started making your own brainstorm bubble maps. I'll also give you some quick tips on customizing the design of your map by adding and moving bubbles, changing the color scheme, and making connections between your ideas. So let's get started. First, you'll need to navigate to the bubble.us website, which is located at https://bubbl.us. Next, you'll go over to the right-hand side of the screen here and open the Create Account menu. You'll enter a username of your choice, a password which you'll need to type in twice, your name which is optional, and an email address which will be used just in case you lose your password. I also recommend that you check out the terms of service. This is a free program, but it's nice to know what you can use your bubble maps for. Finally, click Create Account. First, click the Start Brainstorming button to begin your first map. A single bubble will appear as your starting point. You can click inside the bubble to add your text. Then you can press the Tab key to add another bubble at the same level, or you can press Command-Enter if you're on a Mac or Control-Enter if you're on a PC to add a subordinate level bubble. Then you can click and drag the bubbles around the screen to change the layout as you need. And it's as simple as that. You can add as many levels as you need. When you hover your cursor over a bubble, some additional formatting options will appear. You can click the Color button to change the background color of a bubble. Or you can highlight the text inside of a bubble. Here we go. And change the size up or down. You can also use the Connect tool to draw a connecting arrow in between two bubbles. What you'll do is you click it and then drag it from one bubble to the next, and it'll draw that arrow for you. And last but not least, there is a Delete button. So if you decide that you don't want one of your bubbles after all, you can just click Delete and that bubble will disappear. So now you might be wondering what exactly you can do with this tool. I've shown you how you can do the basic things of setting up a new bubble, moving things around, redesigning your page, but let's take a quick look at a few examples of what you could do with this brainstorming tool. First, here's an example of something you might use for a corporate type job. If you were working on a new project or if you had to write a proposal, you could use this tool to outline the different things that you need to do. For example, here I'm looking at a project, the timeline, the purpose, what access and resources you have, what is the scope of this project, and here you can branch out and have as many levels of detail as you need. You could also use this as a team to identify people's roles and responsibilities within that entire project structure. Moving on to this next tab here, I've got another example. This could be something if you were working in a classroom, maybe more of a K-12 education situation, you might want to work with your students on brainstorming ideas around a specific topic. Maybe you're getting ready to start doing some writing exercises. In this case, I picked the topic of horses, and then I started to identify things that pertain to that topic. And you could branch out and give first level details, second level details that go into more specific detail on a particular feature, such as a horse could be used in sports. Those sports might be polo or derby races. Horses can be used in farming to pull carts or provide transportation. So there's lots of different ways that horses can be described, different writing activities that you might do regarding horses. So this is a great place to start. One more example here is if you wanted to go a little bit more generic with this, if you're talking about writing in general, writing a story, writing a script, and you want to give a higher level lesson on talking about what are the elements that go into writing that particular type of a document. So in this case, I've broken it down into a story title, setting, plot, conflict, characters, and branching out from there into the different elements that we would need to develop. And this is a great way to teach students how to get those first elements out on paper or out on the screen, as it were, and get them to build upon these pieces. And they could even come back in here and collaborate together as a group to build more concepts on here, or to come back in and fill in the details within each bubble as the story unfolds, as they work together to develop this particular tale. So these are some different ways that you might use this bubble.us tool. I'm sure you'll think of many other ways that you could use it within your own classroom. And so now I hope that you'll take the opportunity to take this and run with it. This completes our brief overview of the account setup and basic tools available in bubble.us. At this time, please download a copy of the process job aid below and practice walking through the steps that we just discussed. When you are ready to move on into Lesson 2, click the Next button.